Hey, what it do, what it do, what it do this morning, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the quarter report brought to you by the Red Knight Special. And this is Word on the Net. I'm your boy Nut. And as you know, I always got to start my show where I'm kind of stuck in this little matrix little thing. This is what the matrix is to me. All these little dots you see on the screen, that's the get along game. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. What we're going to get off into is something that we all been watching on the internet, watching on TV, hearing about, which is the Remy Ma and Papoose situation, right? Now, I would like to say one thing. I'm gonna do my best to be as transparent as I can and not go so hard on Remy Ma. And at the same time, I'm not gonna be biased and just act like Papoose didn't play a part in this. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel like this. I feel like you played a part in it because you played when the situation was going down. You was playing game goofy to the red flags that was in your face. That's the part you played that you did wrong. Not that everything else. I feel like as a man, you did your part right. And let me explain to y'all what I mean by that. Um, if a woman's, and I bet you a lot of women can vouch for this out there right now that's listening. When a woman go to jail, it ain't too many dudes coming to visit women in jail like that. How women come visit men in jail, right? Um, so Papoose played his part. It's a little deeper than what a lot of people thinking. And the only reason why I can speak on this because I was once living in the East Coast and I kind of mingled in certain circles where you hear little things here and there and things like that. This was years ago. But the point I'm trying to make to you is um Papoose, I feel like he played his part as a man from her going to prison, holding her down in prison, coming to see. I think he didn't realize a lot was going on because he was young and she was young. And, when you're young and you're your early 20s, 19, and you think you fall in love with each other and all that old stuff, you feel me? And it tends to, it's puppy love, should I say. You know what I'm saying? And puppy love have the tendency of blossoming into a beautiful thing if it's meant to be. You dig what I mean? So with that being said, right? I'm not gonna hold y'all with the content. With all this talking, we're gonna get to the content real quick. But before we do that, we gotta step up out this matrix, man, in order for it to I gotta see right. You did? Okay, there we go. Now we back at it. You did? Let me put my glasses on because sometimes I can see and I can't see. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get to this thing. But anyway, yeah, so like I was saying though, man, it's a lot going on. I will say that it's a lot going on. And people have a lot to say. I really have a lot. I got an opinion on it. You know what I mean? I feel like I can say something because Remy was wrong. She was wrong. But I think more or less they both was in the wrong. Because, puppy love, you can outgrow each other. You know what I'm saying? Quickly. And see, I did prison time before, so I can definitely tell you that when you're in prison, you get visits on a regular. You might see people on the streets be like, well, I want my visits on a regular basis when I'm in prison. Man, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I can guarantee you this, right? After the first 8 months of doing that, the first couple of months, it'd be exciting. You first get there, you're like, well, I can't wait to see my girl. You still fighting your case or whatever the case it may be. So y'all have a lot of hope going on, hoping you get out soon. Then it gets to the part where you get sentenced, right? And when you get sentenced and you know how much time you're looking at, then you and your girl sit back and y'all have them conversations. Okay, we know what we're dealing with now. How we gonna pursue it from this point on? Well, you had them conversations. Then after a while, when you catch a big bid, you feel me? Um, your conversations tend to dull out more, especially when you don't have things in common. Like, say, for instance, we don't have no kids together. We just met. We youngsters. We in the early 20s. We had no kids together. You catch a bid. You know what I mean? The love that they have for each other at that time, I think it would Remy outgrew, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Papoose gonna let you tell you in his video that he walked in on this girl with another female. You know what I'm saying? With Remy with another woman. You did getting down with another woman. And the woman said she been there since the beginning of their marriage. Now remind you, Remy went to jail at 20-something years old. You did. I'm speaking from a person. I'm from Oakland, California. You did, and a lot of people in Oakland, when you get locked up, everybody when you get locked up, you go through processing, and then you go to Santa Rita. You did. Um, for the females, I'm gonna say this, and I bet you a lot of people from Oakland, the Bay Area, can vouch for this. It's a lot of women that go to Santa Rita straight and come home on women. I done seen so many women go to Santa Rita. Pretty girls go to Santa Rita and get out of Santa Rita. Now they dress like a boy, pants sagging, wear boxers. Now they a carpet muncher. You dig what I'm saying? So for women in prison, it's different than men. You know, women prisons they're more sensitive. So you'll have a group of women hugging each other, or when they crying, they feeling sad, they had a bad visit, they had some bad news, they crying on each other's shoulders, and you got to think you're in prison, so everybody in there got some kind of hidden agenda to why they dealing with you. You did. For the women, I think it's more sexual. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It's more in that kind of form of fashion. You dig? I'm gonna say that. So I can see Remy going to prison as a young girl, scared to death. I don't care what nobody say, because you see they on the streets they give Remy this big bully boss image, like, oh, she used her gun, she shot some people, man, she crazy. Remy will do it. Remy. Let me explain something to all y'all, man. It's one thing to be on the streets and act like you tough and you shooting people and you'll do this and you'll do that. It's another thing when you get behind them walls and you finna go serve a big bed and you in there with people that's been down for a minute and they've been living like that and they don't care nothing about what your reputation is on the streets. You feel me? And here you finna follow these rules, follow these, what that boy say, what Tupac said, follow these rules or follow the fools that what? That died. You dig what I'm saying? Follow the rules or follow them fools that died. You dig what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is, when Remy went in there, why you think she started telling Papoose stop coming to the visits? But anyway, I'm not gonna get too deep off it. I'm gonna let you watch this and we're gonna commentate on it. We're gonna talk a little bit on it. And make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Like I tell y'all, man, I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers, man. You know, I'm on this it's a slow grind, but it's moving up. And I appreciate the loyal followers. I appreciate the people liking the content, like what I'm doing, man. I love y'all for that. That touched me, man. You feel me? I had a smile on my face all day. I looked at it, seen a bunch of likes on there. I'm like, okay, so people feeling the content. Anyway, let's get to this, man. I'm not gonna hold you no further. Uh, Let me see something. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. John. Brother Corey Holcomb had a really great show as usual, and he talked about a series of topics. One of them was Remy Ma. Okay? I want to talk about this because this is very important. Why is it important? Because what Corey is about to say about Papoose is crazy.
Somebody say she has a young child, she needs to grow up, focus on being a mom.
Yeah,
and that would be the ideal thing, but we see it's not like that. She's on the internet trashing somebody who had her back.
Yeah, she
on the internet trashing somebody who had her back. No, this is what them people do. They bring up the bad about you, even though you've done so much good. That's why I'm telling Papoose, man, I know the situation he in. You can't win by going back and forth with her. Let her be what she gonna be, because we men, we can snap. That's another thing. We can snap. Look, man, I thought I was past the snapping stage. I don't think you ever get past the snapping stage.
no.
So that's why you got to try to avoid the drama. I tell a brother Papoose, man, that's not your... Listen, and what he's saying is real. That's why I say I salute Papoose, because Papoose came out and said it been multiple occasions that Remy was cheating. You feel me? But him holding his vows, you dig what I'm saying? Staying true to his vows, kept working through it, kept trying to work through it, and she was stepping on his heart each time. You feel me? And that's what I be getting mad at when I be on Facebook. When I be on Facebook or on these websites, and I hear all these stories about, oh, all these men ain't nothing, all these men ain't this, and I be saying to myself like, wow, it's crazy y'all say this, but you wonder why men like this. Because when you get a man, look at Papoose. He was being 100. If he did cheat on his wife, it never got back to the streets. And then the biggest thing for an entertainer,
to be cheating, and it didn't come back to the streets. Only rumors of bull or some bull crap that was turned out to be fake came up. Come on, I salute him if he did cheat. But in his defense, you feel me? Like, he married her in prison. He didn't, like, they wasn't together that long before she caught that case. They just started talking. She caught the case, and he decided to hold her down and marry her. You feel me? So for him, he didn't know she was starting a whole new chapter in her life. Going through prison life, when you get emotional, many women are very emotional, bro, and they break down quick when they're around a bunch of other women, and it's so easy to be manipulated into a situation, and then and realize, well, I'm gonna be here for a minute. I got mines off, so you know what? I'm gonna do this while I'm here. Pay attention there. This if you listen to everything I'm through this video, you're gonna peep everything I'm saying. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Broad ain't never been your broad. Leave it alone, man. You still 47. That means you got enough time to pick yourself up and look at that situation 5 years from now and be like, man, what the was I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm doing this now. I'm doing that now. What the was I thinking? So, look, bro. Look, bro. I call you look, bro. I got you by 8. Leave that alone, man. Don't go back and forth with that lady on the internet, man. You not gonna win, brother. Ain't nothing you can say about her that we don't already know. You can give details about stuff, but we see who that lady is. That lady is trashing you, and the facts are you used to go visit her in prison. If my broad in jail, I'ma tell her, baby, when you get out, call this number. I ain't finna be going up there to see your ass all and put out in the street, goddamn it.
And to top it off, too, the nerve of when she got out, she was giving all those interviews saying she actually had to tell him. Oh, he was
Stop coming up here because she was sucking.
You feel me? That's why I said women be saying they want a man like this, and then when they get a man like Papoose, they don't know how to treat him. But see, I think they both made the biggest mistake. They both was young when they got together. I think he should have just rolled it out with her in prison. He just wanted to smash her so bad that he decided to say, let's get married. I want to settle down with you. I love you. You love me. Let's do this. Cool. Ain't nothing wrong with you feel me, if you love somebody. But if the love is real, then won't you wait until she's come home? You dig what I'm saying? And just maintain that strong bond relationship with her. I think he was worried about losing her, on top of the fact when she come home, she's going to be a much bigger artist because of all the publicity around her name, which going to put some light on his name. You know what I'm saying? So, but she did him wrong, man. It's like being in a relationship with someone and then they get caught cheating, and then you like, man, why you going to do me like this? And then boom, I'm sorry, I never do it again. And then you go out and do it again. You feel me? And then he forgive you again. So that's the second time. So in her heart, she's a cheater by heart, bro. She's not going to change. One of these times she cheats, she might catch something and bring it back home to you, bro. Something that you can't get rid of. So that's why I'll be looking at that part of the game. Like I tell people, if you won't go and cheat, or if you the type of person that like to be with different people, you like to meet with women and men, whatever the case is, you a woman, then what you do is find you a man that's like that. That way y'all can do that together, and y'all can do it safely. You ain't got to be sneaking behind his back, and he ain't got to be sneaking behind your back. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
From what we hear.
Now, remember at the end of that, he did mention something that was interesting. He was still the man going to see his wife while she was in prison.
Yeah, Pat used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, except for it alters on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year,
how
he
far
came
is
every day.
Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that.
And what I tell you at the beginning of the video about when you're doing time, and as time go on, you get in visits, your conversation start getting boring. It get to the point where y'all sit there and be talking and be holding hands, and then you start thinking about being free, and you'll get frustrated and get quiet between y'all. That's why she told Pat, oh man, I'm cool. You ain't got to come every visit, because not only do they really ain't got much to talk about except for the same thing, Also, she got a lover back there allegedly inside of this prison cell, inside of this her prison block. She got a lover in there. You feel me? She got some pong in there. You think she worried about somebody she can't get to but once every 6 weeks, but she got somebody who can Edward Scissorhand with her the whole time, like two carpet munchers blowing each other lawn? Like, come think about what I'm saying. That's respectfully I'm saying that, because I know people, what you got a problem with us? I love you BI women. Don't get me wrong. I do love you women. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it's a respectful way of doing everything. You dig what I'm saying? Like, even for, anyway, this ain't about me. So let's get back to this content.
That was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool, and then he'll come like a little bit less. He'll come like 3 times a week, or like, you know, but it still seemed like he was there a lot. I spoke to him literally every day. I don't think a day went by unless I was locked that I didn't speak to him on the phone every day.
When you first got locked up, you and Pat wasn't married yet.
No.
So did you know that he was going to be there and stand up the way he stood up?
No.
She said this on Mano's podcast. I've used that clip pretty much a lot. But what does this mean? Let me tell you something, man. A lot of us as men, we have what we call honor. We want to stick things through. And for a lot of us as men, how we deal with women long term and how we get women long term has everything to do with our consistency. It's probably the greatest masculine traits that you can have. And it's the best way to keep women over time. Now, you have people who are, being loyal and doing things for women, proving yourself over time. And as you do this, on one end, you believe that you are making progress. On the other end, you're not, okay? You're not in many ways. Well, why are you not making progress? Because the person can easily just leave. This is what can happen, all right? And then they can leave, and I'm not trying to say they're perfect. They can forget all the things that you did. And what was the issue? You did it for the wrong person, right? Doing things for the wrong person. We as individuals have to look at.
And I would ask him how you were, and he would always say, like, she's keeping things positive. She's thinking positively, So I don't even know how you did that. I have to say, wow, you're like one of the strongest people I know or I've ever met.
I mean, I used to say when I was still there, and he used to be like, yo, you're doing it, you're knocking it out, it's almost over, time don't stop for nobody. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. I just keep waking up every day. And that's how I felt while I was there. Like, I'm not saying in my mind, like, yeah, I'm going to do this bit. It's nothing. Like, I really was going through it.
Now, you did what she just said. She said, I'm not doing this, bitch. She was in there stressed out. And when people in jail, one thing I'm going to tell you about when you're in prison, right? When you're in prison, you got people that do anything to maintain their mind, their sanity. You feel me? So they'll do weird things all day long. Like you on there and start engaging in things that they didn't partake in when they was on the streets. You'll see people that pick up smoking cigarette habits in there because that was something that they didn't partake in when they was on the street. But they'll do that in there because they stressing. You feel me? You'll see them start going and it just be a lot doing things that they normally wouldn't do in the streets that because they stressed out. You feel me? Then they start confiding into all these different women. When you're a woman around, if women got a women thing going on. You say women power, every woman across the nation come together. So imagine you in a prison cell with a bunch of women and one female cry, how many women gonna run over to her and try to cater to it? And imagine and they criminals. So imagine how many of them thinking negative.
Do it, but I woke up every day and made it through the day and made it through the night and continued to, get where I needed to be. But there's a lot of times and there's a lot of people that I've seen that they would get on mental health drugs. They would get on all types of other drugs, whatever.
And that's another thing right there that what she's saying is real. So, and then again, that got me thinking that's what she was doing because she said, I'm just waking up every morning. I'm not doing the time. She just stuck there. That's what she feel like. What she should have been using her mind to take her mind away from that situation by getting off into some books and getting smart. I don't know what she did in there, but I'm just saying she would have got there. She wouldn't have felt so bad because she would have programmed herself into having something to do, a program every day, had herself going, and that time would have started going by. You know what I'm saying? Time don't stop for nobody. I don't care if you in a cell on the street. Time don't stop for nobody.
whatever. Like to the point that we just called them garbage heads. They would take anything that they could get their hands on,
Just
so
to like
that
be numb to the
so
situation.
that their mind would be somewhere else. Involved in all type of relationships that they probably would have never even been involved in if they was home. And I just could never see myself doing it. Like, that's not me. I always wanted to say, like, and I prided myself on saying that I'm the same person that I was when I came in there and when I left. You know, I may have been smarter, I may have been wiser, a little more humble, but as far as like my morals and my principles and my pride, it was everything remained the same. And sometimes people that I would see people doing, I'm like, why are you doing it? I'm like, cause I'm in prison. I would never do this at home. When I get home, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do this. But when you start doing,
You hear what she just said? They asked her, why are you doing it? She said, because I'm in prison, so I would never do this. But when I get home, I'm going to change. I'm going to do this. I'm keeping it real with you. People go there and jump off, and you see people go jump in the med line, get on trazodone, pop in them trazodone. They give you all these different meals. Like, people go in there and be like, I can't sleep. And it'd be weird because they'll say sick call or med line or whatever the case is, however they call it. So you'll see the people go line up. Then they'll come back. They'll be souped up. Then they'll come back 15 minutes later. You pay attention, you'll see people walking around like zombies, mouth kind of open while they talking to you, leaning on the desk, on the little, you know what I'm saying, table. You be like, what's wrong? They be like, yeah, bro, they on them tramadol. That's what they going to get to make them feel high. I'm like, well, this is crazy. You feel me? But yeah, that's what a lot of people do in there, man.
doing certain things, it becomes a habit. It becomes part of your character. And I didn't want that to happen to me. I couldn't let it happen to me. That's just not the type of person that I am.
Were you surprised when Papoose wanted to marry you? After you got sentenced, because you just knew he was, you just knew he was on it. And I thought that was like a real stand-up thing to do.
He's one of a kind. I could definitely say that. The love that we had for each other, even if we didn't get married, like I see him being the type of person that would have just been there for me. Like, if say we weren't together before I went, I'm sure I could have called him and he'd be like, what do you need? All right, I got you. It's nothing. Because that's just
Now, pay attention to what she's saying. She just said, I know Pat. That's just the kind of person. You need something, you call him, he going to come bring it. But later on, she going to say he was the brokest per dude she ever been with. And if you look at the conversation she having between her and she's not too fond to speak on Papoose like that. I can see. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But you'll figure it out.
just the type of person that he is. If he deals with you, whether you're a family or a friend or whatever, he considers you that, he gonna go 150%. It's times when I'm like, why are you doing this?
And why are you?
Like, because it's not just me. Like, he goes extra hard for me, but he's like that with anyone that he loves.
Right. Yes, he is. He's a good person.
Yeah.
You see how Remy just looked at her when she said yes, he's a good person, like as if she know Papoose. So I guess she know it. So she like, yeah, he is. But you see that little weird look. Did y'all peep that little weird look, man? Hold on. Let's take it back a little bit. All right, let's see.
He deals with you, whether you're a family or a friend or whatever, he considers you that, he gonna go 150%. It's times when I'm like, why are you doing this?
And why are you?
Like, because it's not just me. Like, he goes extra hard for me, but he's like that with anyone that he loves.
Right. Yes, he is. He's a good person.
Yeah.
You peep that awkward moment right there? I'm trying to tell you something, man. Y'all gotta pay attention. Body language is everything. I watch everything when I deal with people. You feel me? Body language tell a whole lot, man. I promise you.
Yes. And then you guys would have those trailer visits.
Right.
Where he could come and visit for a whole weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how often was that? Like once a month or every 2 months or something?
It's supposed to be every 6 weeks, unless you get in trouble, and then it's who knows when. And I used to get in trouble a lot. And I used to feel bad because it didn't just affect me. He used to be so sad. He's like I'd get into something and he'd be like, and I'd call him on the phone. And I'd be like, yeah. And so this bitch did X, Y, and Z. So I did this. And now this and this and this happened. But I don't really care. He'd be like,
And
You're right. No, he'd be like, you're right though. Everything's good though, right? I'd be like, yeah. Like, so this means we don't have any more trailers. Like, sort of, not really. I'm not even gonna say. I used to lie all the time. Be like, no, they're fine. They're fine. I put.
You heard what she said? I used to lie all the time. Oh, they're fine. They're fine. That's because she didn't really worry about. See, one thing I can tell you is right. When it comes to pleasuring, as far as the lick 'em lows and the touch and the caressing and all that old stuff, women know how to please each other very well. You know what I'm saying? That's why women be on women. It ain't like they just own them just because they own them. Because think about it, we got the swipe, we got a tongue too, we do everything that they can do, but ours is human, ours is real, ours is not made out of plastic. So why do they still run to the women? Because it's a little different emotional attachment with the woman that the woman have with. You dig what I'm saying? So she not caring that once every 6 week thing ain't nothing to her when she's getting Edward Scissorhanding it the whole when she Edward Scissorhanding it the whole time she in there. Think about it.
Put the paper in. Then it'll be like a month go by. He'll be like, when is our children? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I used to feel bad though.
Shout
I
out
used to feel so bad. But you don't think sometimes.
Shout out to DJ Flag TV. You know what I'm saying? Go check out the full content at Flag TV. That's where I clipped this from. So
it's like when you're in certain situations. Well, really when I first got there, but as it got towards the middle, like 2-3 years in, I would think more consciously, like, I really want to go off right now, because you can get in trouble for the littlest thing. Like if somebody tells you to take out the garbage,
So much animosity towards me because I ended up finding out the truth, y'all. I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. And I don't even want to bring my stepson in it because I.
that's crazy. See, it's one thing to do your thing, but when you got your baby in the room and you ain't got enough respect to move your baby out the room, so even if she was to wake up, and kids told me, sometimes parents be a little bit on one. You feel me? It doesn't happen to a lot of parents. You've been there, you get to getting it in, thinking that you know what I mean. It's cool, and your kid come walk in the room on you or something like that, but not actually in the bed, like. Man, some people have been caught up like that. The baby in the bed knocked out sleep, and you over there thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a quickie in real quick," and the baby pop up as soon as you hear the motion in the ocean. The baby pop up like, and now you looking like a deer in headlights. Who the hell you doing here? People have had the moments, man. You feel me? But that's what she was wrong at.
I know his situation is very serious, and I love him. And I love my son the same. I love both of them. But I love my stepson like he my real son because I raised him. Always took care of him. Everything he went through, I was the one who was there for him. Even right now, the situation that he's in, I went to visit him. You didn't even visit him. So for a person who know what it was to be behind that wall, you didn't even visit him. You waited till I visit him, then you went to visit him. And you know what?
And that's what people do. And see, I can see that because it's gonna be like a tit for tat situation. Like, okay, Pap ain't went up there yet to go see, so she ain't tripping. But now that he went up there, he forced her hand. Now she like, oh, I got to go up there because I'm not gonna look like a good parent. You feel me? And I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the stepson he talking about that he went to visit, and Remy didn't go visit her own son. You dig what I'm saying? So allegedly, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just feel like at the end of the day, I think Remy had reached that point that every woman reached. They reach a certain point in their life where they go left or they go right, where they, they in their older age. They feel like they're the prime of their life right now. Then she did a bid. See, when you do a prison bid, right? When you first come home from doing a prison bid, a lot of people still have this little kid burning in them, that little time that they lost on the streets. Because you got to think, when a person go to jail, they going to jail. Last thing they remember is what they remember when they seen on the streets. So their mentality is the same. Now they might grow far as mentally in jail, far as understanding and patience and things like that. But some people grow for the worse. But then you get out of prison, and now you got all these flowers coming at the cameras on you home. You fresh out. You doing these songs. You blowing up on all these songs. You doing your thing, right? You and your husband. But now you starting to see all these different other ballers out here that's multi-rich, because the world didn't stop moving when you went to prison. The rapper that was a nobody when you went to prison, when you was up, ended up turning out to be the man. Now they out there shining, doing big things. You know what I'm saying? And you coming home looking at it like, man, look at how him and his girl living. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Look at whoop-de-whoop this, Kanye West and whoop-whoop. And then you looking at your relationship like, well, we need to be like that, but you won't look for like Pap is the person for you. Instead of you just saying, listen, well, maybe we should just be friends or something, and co-parent and do this thing. But you wanted to keep lying and stepping on this man's heart, man, allegedly, and that's not right, man. If that's what's really happening.
To that, but let's keep it moving. Like I said, scroll down my page, you see pictures of me with my son. You see videos in the past. Now, as a parent, as a real parent who raised their child from when they're young till they get older, we all know it's two different things. It's not the same. As your child gets older, all my kids, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go through certain stages where y'all don't see eye to eye, certain situations take place. That's normal in parenthood. But I love my son, I love my stepson, I love all my kids, I love my daughters, all the same. Like I said, as your kids get older, sometimes y'all have differences, because as a parent, certain things you want for them, certain things they want for themselves. But that doesn't change the love. Love all my kids the same. So I just wanted to point that out. So don't ever try to threaten me to exploit my son. You can never threaten the lifestyle that he chose to live. That's up to him. That doesn't mean I don't love him. Let's move on along, because I got to make sure I don't. And then I think that the relationship with my mother-in-law,
that the men there don't move like that. Papoose and Remy had the ultimate hip-hop story that everyone was rooting for. I mean, even when she went to prison for 6 long years, he still held her down. Remy even admitted that Pat was willing to come see her every chance he got, and they talked on the phone every day just to keep in contact.
Yeah, he used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
So he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a max, you have a visit every day, except it alters on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally every the first year.
Listen, this woman was getting a visit every single day for the first 2 years, until she told him, I'm good, you don't have to come like that. What man on the street is catering to that woman like that, man? All you women on the streets, right? If you ain't never did a bid and your husband was coming to visit you for 2 years straight, every visit, then you ain't qualified to speak on this. Now, just because you got a man that love you to death right now, it's easy to love somebody to death when you on the streets and they can hug you at nighttime and kiss you and go to sleep to you. It's a difference to love somebody to death when you living off letters and visits. It be them nights when things get bad and you need a shoulder to lean on, and you can't lean on that person that's locked up. Why you think women start cheating when men go to jail? Come on, man. Come on. Let's use coming facts here. Let's sit here and think about that for a second. You in jail doing 6 long years, and you a woman, and you got all these women that's been tearing everything new coming through there down, turning these women out. And you come in there, vulnerable rapper girl, trying to live off a reputation of you pulling the trigger, which anybody can do. Any kid can pull the trigger. That don't make him no gangster, no, you know what I'm saying, no unaliver. It don't make him no gangster, no unaliver. It just, you squeeze the trigger and aimed it. For some petty ass, the little bit of money it was. That little money that you squeezed that thing off and tried to unalive this woman, right? You could have made that money back 10 times in a matter of an hour doing one show. But people gonna say it's about the principles. Okay, well, the principles took 6 years of your life away, 6 years away from your kids, 6 years away from your family. That's what principles did. And that ain't even principles, that's being emotional. Because see, if you was a smart person, you would have calculated it like this. You know what? Instead of me getting all mad and pumped up about it, I'm gonna use that little money as a way not to mess with you no more and not to let you borrow no money. And not even if that's your folks, your friend like that. You can still mess with them. But just let them know for as money, borrowing money, they're dead with you right there. You can't borrow no money from me. Nothing at all. Until you talk to me about a process of you paying me back. That's it. Anyway, let's get back to it.
He decided to marry her while she was
Oh, hold on. I forgot something, man. I wanted to say, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button, man, and drop a comment in the comment section if you like what I'm doing here for you, man. That's all I had to say. Let's get back to
in
it.
prison, and when she came out, it really looked like these two were set up for life. They have a beautiful daughter and talked about how easy it was to blend their families and create this beautiful, loving situation.
We just treat them all the same, really. I've been, like you said, we've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. So when we met, we were really young. We were both in our early 20s, and we both had children when we were teenagers. So I pretty much watched.
And I understand Remy being a rapper, and I know a rapper got to have this kind of appeal to them to make the public want, like they say, them graphic visuals definitely eye candy, them graphic eye candy visuals definitely sell things. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but it's a lot of things in a lot of ways Remy used to dress, man, that I used to look at it and be like, there's no way my wife is walking out here like that. There's no way. You don't got, see, when you got a name as big as yours in the hip hop game, it's just certain things you don't have to do. You can still, I be telling women, it's a way you can dress and still be elegant and luxury and sexy and all that without showing off all your assets, without showing off your body parts. And then what happened is you get this, I could tell you, she was getting attention from all the young dudes, all the little young females that's on her because she a little a New York legend, you feel me? And she in the East Coast doing her thing, you feel me? And and sometimes it go to your head when you get this blowing your little tweeds and you have your little drinks and whatever else that you indulge in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, I can see it going to her head.
Watched the 18-year-olds grow up since they were about 4. And his 21-year-old, which is now my 21-year-old, she was about 8 or 9 when I first met them. So for them to be 18 and in their 20s now, I feel like I've been there for pretty much a large part of their lives. And they get along great with my.
And Remy turned around and risked it all for a Timu-looking version of Papoose. In the past,
Not Timu. A Timu version of Papoose. Cool. She killed, but he do look like Papoose though. But I'm telling you what it was. See, sometimes people get bored, and that's why, you gotta have a sense of understanding when your woman getting bored or when it's time to spice it up. Or even, I always tell people, question your woman. Don't be afraid to question your woman about things. You feel me? Because at one point in my life, I used to only date women that was bisexual. I would not date a straight woman because I used to be into being with a couple of women at a time. That was my thing. I had went through a phase in life where it was like normal one-on-one sex with a woman wasn't good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And so I had that too. And I can tell you from my experience with dealing with a bunch of women like that is a lot of women would tell you that men don't even ask they hug like men that's married to their woman. They never ask their woman these questions. So a lot of these dudes that's married to these women that think their woman is straight. That's why they don't mind their woman going to go hang out with a certain friend all the time or going to go because they don't know. They like, oh, that's just her best friend. They went to school together. Man, listen, let me explain something to you. What friends have secrets. You gotta excuse the noise in the background. The people around here cleaning up, maintenance or whatever they doing. They trimming trees and stuff. So if it get a little too loud, I apologize. But yeah. So it's just it's a situation that you gotta fully understand with. Like when you get married, that's why when you get married, you want to fully understand the person you're about to make your better half that you plan on spending the rest of your life with. Because if y'all don't have no understanding of each other, like me personally, like even to this day, I could really marry a bisexual woman. You feel me? I could do that because I know I'll go into the situation with an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like I done told, like, anyway, that's a story for a different time. Let's get back to it.
years, she and Pap used to go out of their way to show everyone that they were still going strong. But from 2023, fans started to notice that their relationship wasn't all the way right. Remy didn't do anything on social media to celebrate Papoose on Father's Day. Not even a small picture, caption, message on IG or Twitter, nothing. So that was a red flag. But what got people really sniffing around for answers was when Pap made up his own post about family and Remy was nowhere to be seen. And child, no one could have imagined the drama and chaos that was hiding just beneath the surface.
What to tell you, it just ain't safe no more, man. To get married and shit like that. That
You
shit
hear
ain't
old
safe.
music in the back right here. Where's the love?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No love.
Because, let me ask you a question, right? Now that I'm talking about it. I wouldn't say you because you've been married a long time, but what's the foulest shit a chick ever did to one of your mans that you was just like,
man.
No, I need.
He can't even answer it. I'm gonna tell you why he can't answer it, right? Because it's somebody close to him, and on top of it, he don't want to talk because it's probably another homie banging another homie girl. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the thing why being married is such a crazy situation. Because I was once, man, that's why I was saying what I was saying earlier, that I could marry because I did marry a bisexual woman before. But the thing about the bisexual woman was where like I told her, listen, I don't consider woman in a woman. If we're in a relationship, I don't consider you cheating with another woman. The only part that make it cheating is if you don't tell me what's going on. You feel me? And that I was a lot younger then. You feel me? And I was banking on the fact that we have total honesty with each other. You feel me? That she would be like, babe, me and my friend, or this me and this girl, woo. And just because you trying to get out on me and I got the joint. You feel me? Anyway, let's get back to it.
Need it though. I need it from the top.
I can't enter this realm. I just know I know somebody that's on that I can't even say. It's a lot of, just be.
Yeah, but can we hear one?
I can't, I don't
in general.
These is too serious and detrimental to, you know what I mean? Just watch. Lose your money, don't lose your mind. And don't lose your money either. Or your mind. So don't lose nothing, man. Watch your fucking, you know what I mean?
Man,
watch your back, young athletes.
Well, I've had a young girlfriend way before that. Like I had a serious girlfriend, and I was in the hood. This before I ever thought I was gonna be Fat Joe the rapper. And every single guy I ever had beef with, I'm like, yo, Black Tone, I'm gonna get him. Yo, Chaguito, I'm gonna get him. All that shit while I'm sitting there. Yeah. Everybody from the hood, I'm a this, that. So I break up with the girl, and they hit me, yo, Craig.
She with Chaguito.
Sorry, she just walked out the spot with Chaguito. Yo, Craig, Black Tone, he smashed his short.
They know how to get you back.
They'll fuck all your enemies. It's just.
And this is why people be saying that marriage situation to them is really like overrated. You know what I mean? It's like they feel like, why do that when you're gonna get played at some point? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go to jail. That's why I be trying to tell people about when you becoming a man, you and a man, you don't have a bunch of people hanging out at your house. Now where you and your girl and your kids live at, that's your rest haven. That's where you kick back and you get to get away from all the craziness in the world. See, when you young, you used to have a bunch of dudes hanging out at your house, not realizing what was going on because you too occupied by the strength of you being young and want to be cool and hanging out with the homies, that one of your homies is over there eyeballing your girl on the low the whole time. He over there like this, looking at, they catching glances at each other. She get up and go in the kitchen and start cooking dinner, cooking or making the sandwich. She lands black, and he over there in the cut, sitting low, acting like he on his phone, but he really staring at you again. Y'all, they catching eye contact. So when you go to jail, that be the main one popping up at the house. Hey, bro, cause you think you can call him. Hey, homie, do me a favor. What's up? Go check on the friend, make sure they don't need some. I got you. Oh, don't worry about it. You call him over, the next thing you know, that's the nigga airing your girl poom poom out. You feel me? And there's been a million stories that happen that people can tell you about this. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
It's the truth. And when I say enemies, and then once they finish with the enemies, they'll fuck your friends.
So tournament ended.
Oh, it's bad out here, man. So this many years ago.
Turn your friends into enemies.
That's the foulest shit ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to use one of my friends. I got friends too much shit done happen to them. You know, as far as
I'm happy with that. But guess what? Anything I went through with the gambling, it never affected her. It never affected her.
Now, you remember Remy was trying to say, oh, he had a gambling problem. She was trying to find anything to defend herself to make Papoose look bad. Anything. I'm talking about this dick was coming up with anything she can use to make this man look bad. He had a gambling problem. He had this, he had that. You know what I'm saying? So I just hold on. Let me see something for a second, man. Give me one hot second real quick, y'all. Yeah, my bad. I'm back
At
at it.
all.
I'm back.
I still had to pay all of the bills in the crib, the whole thing. The only time I stopped paying the bills is when I started to notice that she was taking money outside from the family and tricking on this chump. If you look at the chump, straight bum before her. Look at me before her. Look at the chump, straight bum. All of a sudden, you look at the chump, she's spending money on the chump. She paying everybody throughout battle rap to battle the chump. Every time he lose, she paying again. Paying money. She got a crib, not too far from my crib, like I said earlier. So I started to say to myself, damn, I'm busting my ass to pay all of these utilities in this crib. And she taking her bread and taking bread outside of the family and giving it to the next nigga.
That's so disrespectful as a woman. It's more disrespectful for you to already be creeping off with this dude. You feel me? That you met through business. Y'all probably have business together, and you're a married woman. But what's worse about it is you paying them with the money that y'all got to take care, support y'all family with, man. And like obviously, what you making ain't making no money. So you taking the little bread that y'all got as a family unit and paying it to this clown that you sleeping with. You feel me? I wouldn't pay no utilities. If I were Papoose, I would have did the same thing. I would have made sure my kids would move the body there. I would have went and got me a spot somewhere. You feel me? I would have went and got my name took off. Listen, I don't even want to. See, I'm the type of person, when I'm fed up, I'm leaving. I'm out. I don't want nothing. Give me my clothes and you can have everything. I don't care about no TVs, no radios, no kitchen table, no none of that, couch, none of that. Like, I'm out. Give me my clothes. I'm out of here. Because I know I'm finna bubble back again. I don't need to go back and forth with you about some material items. I'm straight.
This nigga, I'm not paying these bills no more. I'm not doing that. Because at that point, I'm taking care of the next nigga. So when she say, he didn't pay bills, I stopped paying bills at that point. Because I said, I'm not doing it no more. I'm not going to be sitting here busting my ass so the next nigga could live. Feel me?
Right.
So that's the only time where I stopped paying bills. Outside of that, I got records. Same thing.
I had to throw that in there.
Damn, babe. You sleeping in there again?
All right, my bad. I had to throw that in there. But peep the game. He finna break down how he walked in on this. I think this is when he gonna break down how he walked in on her real quick.
She like, yeah, I'm just staying with such and such, right? I said, all right, cool. Anybody in Bedford Hills, can you please step to the front? So now I'm like, damn, this shit weird. The hell? You feel me? So at this time, I try to be intimate. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I try to be intimate with her. And she came in the bed with me. She hugged me, kissed me, the whole thing. And at this time, I'm trying to be intimate with her. When it's time to go down, she slipped out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. She go, after she do that, she go back to sleep in the room with homegirl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here. I said, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this ain't adding up.
This Papoose funny, man. You just gotta read between. Like, this dude is funny, man. I like Papoose, man.
You feel me? So I said, damn, something wrong, something ain't right here.
So, if there's one thing Remy Ma is gonna do, it's being out here exposing stuff about her ops. She tried spilling tea on Papoose, calling him a dusty who mooched off of her and then bounced when he found another fool to replace her. But the more Remy...
But that's what's crazy. See how she said he's the bum, and then I seen the interview with someone. She said out of all the dudes she ever been with, he was the bummiest. But in the first interview that you gave on him when you came home was, oh, he's the best this, he's the best that. You feel me? So it got me thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, hold on, little duty shorty doo-wop. You're lying somewhere, because obviously he was having bread. If he was able to come see you, he was able to do the things he had to do. He was paying this and paying. He had to have some kind of money coming in. So that's the problem with you women. Like, you think because you making more bread that your bread is better than his bread. Listen, God has a funny way of humbling people. He going to give you a nice slice of humble pie, and I think that's what happened. You thinking because Clarissa Shield ain't as eloquent looking as most women out here. She's a boxer. There ain't too many pretty boxers out there. They face get cut up, swole up, beat up, and all that. But listen, she understand. You talking about he's old and she's young. Listen, she know what she want. You can't be mad, little lady. She know what she want. Clarissa Shield know what she wants. She peeped that Papoose was a good dude. See, what you didn't understand is all this was years in the making. This was part of God's plan. This wasn't his plan. This God made this plan happen. Because God made him go through the 6 years of holding your ass down when you was in prison, holding you down, trying to be a good man, 2.5 years, coming to visit you every day, every visit. You was in there being a little dust bunny the way you perceive your way self now to me as. You then and now look at what he doing now. You gonna creep with the help. You gonna start sleeping with the help. You start a business and start sleeping with the help. You start a business and start sleeping with the help. Ruin your whole family legacy. Ruin the whole. When you said black love, first thing popped in my head used to be Remy and Papoose. Even though when you say black love, you're speaking on black people in general. But I always thought about them because they was the ones that was pushing it so hard. You know what I'm saying? So for us to sit back and observe what's going on now, and it's like, wow, Remy, really? Like, you couldn't even keep yours on the low. You couldn't even, like, and that's, I don't know, I don't know. You know, and it's something that we'll never know. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Remy talked, the more her skeletons came tumbling out. Because get this, she had a lesbian lover who is now out here spilling the real tea about their relationship. Word on the street is that they were together from the jump of Remy's marriage to Papoose and would have kept it low key if Pap hadn't walked in on them one.
Now, peep the game. She said she was there from the jump of Papoose marriage and would have kept it low key. So what does that tell you? That was somebody she got married in prison. She was married in prison and would have kept it low key if Papoose didn't walk in. So when Remy got out of prison and the chick got out of prison, they maintained a relationship and bringing her around to the house and let her hang out and all this sort of stuff. Spend like they was just friends. The whole time being a snake in the grass, man.
One day and caught them red-handed. And of course, Clarissa Shields had to come in feeling real vindicated in her beef with Remy Ma after this bombshell dropped. Child, this Remy Ma and Papoose saga just went left real quick. 1 minute they were selling black love goals. The next minute they were acting like they hadn't been together for years with kids in the mix. This latest drama kicked off after Clarissa hit the Breakfast Club and spoke on her situation with Papoose and Remy Ma, which she said wasn't even that wild. But her beef with Remy last year was probably the messiest drama she had outside of the ring in a minute.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have any ill will toward any women. And I don't have any ill will toward her. You know
so y'all haven't spoke or nah?
Nah, I mean, she made her post and whatever, and that was about it. But like I said, women are women. They're very emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was emotions or I don't know what it was because I don't know her and she don't know me. Yeah. She don't know me either. You know what I'm saying? So
Once that interview hit the net, Remy came for Papoose, and y'all, she had a lot to say.
Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
you just don't. You're a piece of shit, Papoose.
Now look at Remy's face, man. Remy looks stressed out. Remy do not look like the Remy the Remy that always look good when she come on the screen. Look at it. She knows she messed up. She knows she messed up. She's sitting there saying that's what a lot of women, they want their cake and eat it too. And I ain't saying all women again, man, because I know people be thinking, I know a lot of women probably watch why he say women. I don't mean all women. I mean women that fit the shoes. You know, your foot can go inside these shoes perfectly, then you the woman I'm talking to. But if you don't fit, then it must he quit. I ain't talking to you. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, look at Remy. She look at it. She look like an old hood thought now. She don't even look like the Remy that we know, the rapper Remy no more, man. She just look bad to me. She done lost a lot of respect. There's a lot of young females, a lot of females gonna still ride with it because you got a gang of females that don't care if you was wrong. You a woman and you entitled to do men wrong. And men ain't supposed to do nothing wrong. This is the attitude of the women that we surrounded by of this nation, of this generation, should I say. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it.
You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This shit right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
Remy called him a dusty who never paid a bill, and his string of career flaws.
Yes, it did turn him into something else. It turned him into a monster that realized dealing with you wasn't going to do nothing but bring him down and keep him low. He met a woman that believed in him. See, that's what it takes nowadays. See, sometimes when you deal with someone, you want to deal with somebody that believes in you. You can be around somebody for years and it's just not right. You can force it, and force it. And if it ain't meant to be, no matter how long you try, only thing you deal with wasted valuable years of your life. In Papoose situation, I must say, he didn't waste valuable time in his life because God was setting him up for Clarissa Shield. You got to think she's younger, so he wanted her to be right and for Papoose to see the light. Get it? For her to get of age right and for Papoose to see the light in order to bring these two entities together. That's all that was. Don't be bitter. Don't be mad. I'm telling you the truth. He had to get, God wanted to position Clarissa Shield in the position where he wanted her at. And Papoose, he wanted him to open up his eyes and realize you living by your vows, but the woman you with ain't for you. So make him see the light and bring the entities together, man, and form something beautiful. To me, I think it's a beautiful thing. I salute Papoose. Keep doing your thing, pimpin'. Keep doing and Clarissa Shield, your beautiful self. You keep doing. I don't care what nobody say. You're a very beautiful woman, and keep doing your thing, champ. Don't care what nobody say. I ain't seen nobody messing with your hands. You feel me? On the real, ain't nobody messing with you, girl. Keep doing your thing, man. Let everybody hate that hate. Let them keep talking, especially Remy. I like to see when the women, the bitter B committee. I'm trying not to cuss and stuff, so I'm gonna say the bitter B committee because that's all she gonna be another one on Facebook soon if she ain't doing it now. All men ain't nothing. All men is this. All man's this. Man, come on, man. Let's go.
Turned him bitter, and she claimed that she's not scared of Clarissa. Instead, she's sorry a world-class boxer who clawed her way out of the slums and made a name for her.
Clarissa, she don't care about what you were saying. She crawled herself up out of the situation she was in, and she living the way she want to, and she got your ex-husband. She got your baby father. He living big. And it ain't even about the money. It's that, you know what I'm saying? What you gotta understand, they ain't together because of money. You making it about money. They together because she took a liking to him and he like her. They done talk many nights on the phone. He don't, man, come on, man. You think he with her because of who she is? Come on now, they came together. It happens. If he cheating with somebody out there, right? If he cheating on you with somebody from California that ain't no name person that's in the industry, what would make you think that he would pick Clarissa Shield and start cheating with her because she got money? He already cheating with somebody that wasn't nobody famous or nothing, right? Let you tell it allegedly. You feel me? Like, come on now, man. Ain't no receipts of Papoose. It's only receipts of you. So let's clear the air there. Let's start there, should I say? Yeah.
For herself has tied herself to a 47-year-old man with no career, kids, multiple baby mamas, and nothing to his name except for what he got from Remy.
While they playing on my phone,
Look.
that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the...
And you know why you would say that? Because you're bitter. You feel me? Now, in the same breath, this is why I tell you how women are so contradicted. In the same breath, let the roles be reversed, and it was the woman who chose up on an older man that had some money and all this. She would have been like, girl, I don't care, girl. You live your life. Do what you got to do, girl. If you love him, girl, you love him. See, that's the fakeness in these women's conversation when they don't paint the narrative that they want, they're going to paint a different narrative. They always push the goalpost to fit the narrative that they're trying to push. You know what I'm saying? No, you're just mad and bitter that he moved on. And he living good. You want to see him move on with somebody and be messed up out here in the game, hurting for money, calling you. You thought he was gonna leave you and be calling you if he needed you or whatever the case. No, he moved on to something bigger and better and blowing up and looking good in the light. You feel me? Like they look good together. And you over there then laid up and spread your legs for the help. You spread your legs for the help, and you mad because he got receipts showing that he got you on camera getting down with women. See, Papoose didn't even know what kind of wife he had. He didn't know what kind of wife he had. How a dude that worked for Remy got evidence on her having threesomes allegedly with other women in other situations with her using drugs, whatever the case, he got video evidence that he gonna keep using to advance to get what he want. How he got this on your wife and you don't know your wife get down like this, bro? How you not know? Come on, man, let's go.
slums from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income?
The same reason you attach your cell phone onto Easy the Black Captain. Sleazy E the Black Captain. Sleazy E the Black Captain who keep getting ate up in his battles and you keep rooting for because he got something over your head allegedly.
Except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager. Got you out.
Why are you counting his pockets? See, that let you know, bro, she finna hit you with that child support. That's all that is. She finna hit you with that child support because she like, oh, he Pap over there with $1 million woman right there, man. That ain't cool, man. He over there getting 1%. Why you counting his pockets? He's so poor. Why you worried about what he doing? A woman who, see, this is what I mean by a woman who got her life together, who ain't concerned about nothing nobody else is doing. When you're a woman who got your life together, you're not concerned about what somebody else is doing. You more focused on what you got going on than anything. You ain't really over here counting another man's pocket. Do you think Mariah Carey is counting Nick Cannon pockets? Huh? No, she not. She got too much money and he getting money. They ain't worried about what each other got going on. You don't hear them on there bashing each other. Oh, he left because he did it. You don't only see this with these kind of people, these hood people, man, these so-called celebrities that y'all call celebrities, which ain't nothing but to me, but and Papoose, I'm saying with the utmost respect, rats with money. Cause she carrying herself like a rat. You gotta call it what like your boy Whack 100 would say, you gotta call a spade a spade. Shout out to Whack 100. You gotta call a spade a spade. The truth can never be considered disrespect. The truth can never be considered disrespect when it's right there in your face.
You out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out of his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right?
Child, it's clear Remy was itching to get this off her chest, and that interview was her chance. Apparently, when she was locked up, Papoose wasn't the loyal saint that they made him out to be. He was cheating with one of his baby moms.
I'm there for them financially too. If anybody...
But hold on though. That boy is back to. I was having a conversation with someone earlier, and I was saying to him, I said, listen, I said when Remy and Papoose met. They met through K Slate somewhere, and they was telling the story about how she came in arguing or whatever the case it may be, and he took a liking to it. So in the beginning, when they was dealing with each other, I'm pretty sure when she took a liking to him, he took a liking to her. They both was having somebody they was sleeping with. No sooner after they start really talking that she ended up catching the case and go to jail. You feel me? So I'm pretty sure he was still banging on his baby mama, whoever it was he was banging with. He a man. But the point I'm making about what he was doing, it never hit the public. For him to be an entertainer, it never hit the public. The whole time, all you heard was how faithful and how much Papoose loved Remy. But since Remy got out of jail, all you been hearing about is whispers in the streets how Remy ain't nothing. She's running around doing this. She's running around doing that. She's sleeping with this person. She's sleeping with allegedly. So come on now, like quit trying to paint this cold narrative on this man that held you down better than any man I ever known growing up my life. Hold a woman down before the woman going to jail.
Somebody call me and say, yo, pal, I need XYZ. I give it to them. Ask, and I'm talking about her family. Call them and ask them. Anybody from anywhere where her family live, ask them about Papoose. Ask them.
Y'all remember in the beginning, she said that in that interview with the white lady when she said, "Yeah, Papoose, even if we didn't get married, I know I can count him forever to be the person that's always gonna have my back and be there for everybody, because that's just the kind of person he is anyway for everybody." But now you want to say he a bum, he this, he that. Come on, man.
Did I ever deny them anything? Ask them when I give them the shirt off my back if they ever in time of need. To this day, man. When you turn them away, guess who they come to? Guess who look out? And I am not saying that I don't do that so I could come up on here and say it. That's why I'm not speaking about it in detail. But the fact that you fabricating these stories about my character, I gotta do it. Also, what I wanted to address. Throughout the duration of me being home with my child, when you abandon my child, so you could go stay in an apartment that you got 40 minutes away from my house, I can literally post the address up here. She went and got an apartment between her and this lane, 40 minutes from my house, ran back and forth there every other day, lying, saying she not with the dude anyway. You went and got this apartment 40 minutes away from my house. And so the main reason why
he thinking about that, and that's hurting him right there. Just imagine your wife that you done held down for 6 years, come home from doing 6 years, you holding her down for many more years, being there the best way you can. Things not going too good for you, but you out here busting moves to contribute what you can. Okay, you can't pay the rent over here or pay the mortgage, then just pay the utilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got big utilities because you got a big crib, so it ain't small utilities like $60 here, $50 here. You talking about big things, your yard cleaning, cut grass, pool getting cleaned, that type of stuff, man. Just imagine you just doing the best you can and helping to raise your kid, being there for your kid, and your girl go rent an apartment somewhere else so she can go creep off with the side piece.
She started to have animosity towards me was this. One day, because every birthday, we celebrate birthdays together as a family. Every holiday. Guess what, y'all? Very consistent with what I said earlier. Y'all seen it. If y'all scroll down my page, if you got time, everything is there. It's in order. This social media thing, it has its pros and cons, but if you go through it, it tells a story. But if you go to her page, the history, a lot of it is erased, because that's what people do when they got something to hide, when they want to try to be somebody that they're not.
I really go like me.
What about you, Lizzie? Because you're getting ready, right, for a big battle rap coming?
I added this part on here because I wanted y'all to look at how they was looking, how I don't understand Papoose and recognize the chemistry between these two right here. Just look at their eye connection when they talking.
Up soon?
No, we just left one.
You left one?
Yeah, we just left one a few months.
Last month.
Last month. I thought you might have had something coming up this summer. No.
It's working. Yeah, we working on it. We're working on it right now.
Okay. The problem is,
I was trying to get some inside information
so
here.
The problem is this: his last one was big.
Right.
He pretty much had one of the biggest names in battle rap. We oversold out Sony Hall. Mine down the block, around the corner. We made it to, I think, 1 million views in about 4 days.
Right.
We're currently at 2 million views in a month. And it's like, where do we go now? Like, so we have to kind of be strategic on who the next opponent is. And because of the way he done it, everybody's kind of gunning for him.
Yeah.
So
You
it could
see
be
that?
anybody, I guess, at this point.
Did y'all catch that look, that stare they had between each other?
Because every rapper wants to battle you, Easy. What does that feel like? Do you feel like you got a target?
Look at that look in her eyes. Look at that look in her eye. That's a look of, I'm going to suck the soul out of your body later on. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Thanos. Yeah, but no.
Look at him. He all goofy. little kid in there. You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm airing out this man, girl. He's a poodle, man. Let's go.
I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not going to do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the fuck out.
You know why he said, I'm going to be honest? Because the average dude would have been like, oh, baby, I didn't know you get down like that. And start stripping off things right then and there. Come on, let's get in the bed. But the baby was in the bed. And I know he was hurt because he like everything he didn't know about this woman is coming to the light in his face slowly but surely. I think she really was trying to show him because she was bold enough to do that while they was in the house with each other. I think that's a message in itself trying to tell you something because who's going to be bold enough to do something while they're in the same house knowing that either they don't care about being caught. That's the way I look at it. They must didn't care about being caught. So let's get back to it.
Because I feel very disrespected that took place in my house while my daughter was right there on the bed. And you know what she did? Blamed me. Said it wasn't true. Said my ears deceived me. My eyes deceived.
That's what they do. They reflect. Every time you try to tell them, listen with this, nope, they reflect. You're tripping. That ain't what you know.
Me. Which goes back to what I was telling y'all earlier. She's the type of person who will say something to you, and 10 to 5 minutes later, she'll say, I didn't say that. Straight bipolar.
Yep.
Straight bipolar.
I know so many women like that to this day that you'll hear him say something, bring it back up to them, and they're sweeping down that they didn't say it. You be like, are you serious? Well, to the point where you want to start recording conversations you having with people.
Was diagnosed with it. So ever since I caught that, she resented me. She had a lot of animosity towards me because I knew the truth. When you find out the truth about a person, they will despise you. I want y'all to know that. So for her to have me shake a dude's hand and sleep with him, it was nothing after that. Because she had it all against me. She had all the animosity in the world against me. Why? Because she knows I know the truth. And it's not even something that I judge. Like I said, I don't judge nobody who lived that lifestyle. I do think it was very disgusting that it took place in the house while my daughter was in the bed. I thought that was very disgusting. And I'm telling y'all this because I know a lot of people think, damn, what Pat did, what he did, he must have did something. In the normal world, with logical people, civilized people, yes, not with her. So that whole rant about, oh, if a person has everything.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? That's my thing right there, man. That was just, to me, that was just real crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I had to speak on it because I feel like a lot of women don't understand, like, unless you put in a face and bluntly say it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and show them because y'all always say y'all want a man to treat you a certain way, but when y'all get that man, y'all treat him like trash and walk all over. You know what I mean? So then you wonder why every man that meets you they don't take no woman. And nowadays it's hard to take any woman serious, man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Even while I live, you just hear the conversations that how people talk to each other, man. Like I'm not into all that screaming, yelling, arguing. That ain't my style. You feel me? If we can't talk like adults, then I don't want to deal with you. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to be dealing with no police, no neighbors, none of that. So all that screaming and yelling don't work for me. You know what I mean? I'm more of a laid back, quiet type. Anyway, man, I just want to bring this to y'all, man. Tap in, leave a comment, man. Tell me what you think, man, about Remy. Was Remy wrong? I know a lot of women going to say Remy was wrong, but I want to see the real women that's going to tell the truth about Remy being wrong. I mean, a lot of women going to say she right, but tell the truth, man. I know the man gonna say she wrong, but I want to see the women that's gonna tell me if she wrong. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, that subscribe button, man. Let's run it up. You dig what I'm saying? Thank you for the love and support. Thank y'all for tuning in, for watching, man. May God bless you to have many more beautiful, blessed days. If you did wake up on the wrong side of the bed, get back in the bed, roll over to the other side, and get up, man. Hit that like button. It don't cost $1 to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in.